Hello everyone, and welcome to another Keeping It Real. Today's segment is Google's attempt of eliminating disease-carrying mosquitoes. It sounds too good to be true, primarily in the two states California and Florida. Imagine not having to worry about being eaten up by mosquitoes, but it also goes beyond in regards to the Smithsonian Magazine article. Google wants to release 32 million mosquitoes in California and Florida. Here's why. The company is asking the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency for permission to release millions of sterilized mosquitoes in order to fight their disease-spreading counterparts. Before I go on with the story, I think it's best to simply go back in history and also our present in regards to the insect known as the mosquito. Prehistoric mosquitoes existed and lived alongside dinosaurs, originating at least 125 million years ago. Unlike the movie Jurassic Park, they were not giant, and opinions are mixed, but one thing is certain in our modern era is the reality of diseases that it brings. Mosquitoes transmit dangerous viruses and parasites through their bites, making them the world's deadliest. Major global and domestic illnesses include malaria, dengue, West Nile virus, Zika, and chikungunya. Getting back to the article, here it is. The Debug Project wants to tackle this issue by releasing male mosquitoes, which don't bite or carry disease, to stop these bad mosquitoes, like Aedes aegypti. The good bugs will be infected with a naturally occurring bacteria called Wolbachia, which will make them sterile. When one of these males tries to mate with a bad female, the eggs won't hatch. Over time, there will be fewer and fewer bad mosquitoes, per the program's website. This approach isn't unique. It's a known method called the sterile insect technique, and has been used in the United States for more than 60 years. According to the International Atomic Energy Agency, it's an environmentally friendly insect pest control method that has been successful in controlling pests like fruit flies, screwworms, and moths. It's really a genius technique that has been used to completely eradicate or reduce numbers of serious pests and vectors, says Chris Grinter, an entomologist at the California Academy of Sciences, to Matthew Brown at SFGate. It's also not Debug's first attempt at this. Verily, formerly an Alphabet subsidiary and an early driver behind the project, released millions of sterilized males in California in 2017. The project is also seeing success in Singapore, where it has supported the National Environment Agency's Project Wolbachia since 2018. In a May 2026 blog post, Debug says Project Wolbachia has achieved 80 to 90% suppression of the Aedes aegypti mosquito population and more than 70% reduction in dengue incidents after 6 to 12 months of releases. Aedes aegypti, the mosquito targeted by the program, is not native to California or Florida, so no animals rely on it for food. If Google began to target native mosquito species, then I would be concerned with cascading environmental consequences, explains Nathan Burkett-Cadena, an ecologist at the University of Florida, to Carla Bleeker at DW. Still, some experts have raised concerns about the ethical implications of mosquito eradication. If we were to intentionally set out to cause the extinction of a species, we should think about that, said Henry Greeley, a Stanford law professor and bioethicist, to Jerry Adler at Smithsonian in 2016. I would want there to be some consideration and reflection and a social consensus before we take that step. Others, however, believe humans have a responsibility to control their numbers. The thing is, Aedes aegypti is a species that we have caused to spread, says Matthew DeGennaro, a neurogeneticist at Florida International University, to DW. They have followed us around the world. They're like the cockroaches or rats of the mosquito world. If the climate is right and humans are there, you'll find Aedes aegypti. So we have an obligation to control them. Google's timeline for the release of the mosquitoes is still unclear. A notice from the Federal Register shows that the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency is reviewing the company's request. So there you have it. I want to not only give a big thank you to Google, but also for stepping up and actually making the effort of wanting to save lives. As always, thank you for watching Keeping It Real on my Jay Buzzkill YouTube channel.